My mind's changing, and it's changed a lot, as I'm sure it has yours. You can see lots of different ways of this fight unfolding.
Pro boxing fans here in London. London's calling, Adam Smith. First of all, how are you? How's things?
Very good, yeah. Really excited about being back here at the York Hall Bethnal Green on May the 24th with GBM. Absolutely loving my new role and team. They're great and infectious to be around, and it's a fabulous young group of people who have got real big dreams and big ambitions. And I think coming to York Hall, being the first of the GBM shows down in London, is a great idea, because this is it. This is where the magic has always happened. I first came here back in 1994 for Francis Ampofa and Darren Fifield's fight, and I mean, the amount of great fighters that I've seen over the years that have boxed here at different stages of their career. Tyson Fury, obviously, from next weekend, did. AJ, I remember Herbie High, David Hay having many of his first fights here. Joe Calzaghe fought here, Ricky Hatton, Nigel Benn, so many. And way back in the day, the likes of Stracy, and I remember Lloyd Hunnigan standing around in his mink coat most nights. And just it's a special place to be. The atmosphere is incredible. The fights are always fun. It's lively. It's the home of British boxing, and this had to be the venue.
Let's talk about that card then. London's calling. We've got Casey Benjamin on there. I'm going to just ask you the question just to break it down for the people who are not aware, who might not be coming down, but for you to make them aware of the fight next Friday.
Yeah, 3 title fights, really, really good. Casey Benjamin and Lucas Banningsall, really, really good fight, and it's a 50-50 one. You know, one coming up to welterweight, the other fought Dalton Smith at British title level. They're both exactly matched beautifully. Lucas never in a dull fight. Casey very tricky, very good skilled boxer. I like it. I like the way Izzy puts on 55-45 or 50-50 fights. You don't know who's going to win necessarily, and I think that's important, especially at a venue like York Hall Bethnal Green, where you get real true fight fans. We've got a terrific women's fight, British and Commonwealth title on the line there as well, with Stevie Levy and Tyson Gallagher going at it. Again, another one that's too difficult to pick. And then Razor and Lennox, both undefeated in 9, 18-0 between them, never a defeat. That's another title fight. You've got a stacked undercard. Michael King, who's become a real character in the GBM stables, on. Tommy Welsh coming up from the South Coast. It's going to be a great night. Fantastic chance for the young prospects, and 3 big title fights on the line, and just a really good night for fans. You can watch it on TalkSport YouTube, but try and get down here. I don't know how many they actually fit in the York Hall. It always seems like they squeeze 1 or 2 more in. So it'll be a packed night on Friday the 24th of May, and a really good introduction for GBM in London.
I do want to talk about the rise of GBM and how quick it's all happened. I'm sure you heard of GBM when they were first starting off and you weren't involved with them, but how quickly has it gone, and how quickly have you seen the journey move?
I was aware of Izzy because obviously Johnny Nelson being my great pal, and I met Izzy a couple of times, and I knew what he was trying to do. He then invited me to one of his shows, and it was after my illness, and he wanted me to commentate, and I was delighted, and I went along, and I just got that feeling straight away of something it's going somewhere. It's got real momentum. It's the shows are electric. They're atmospheric. They're fun. They're a bit different. The production is high quality. The people behind it, very impressed with the whole setup. And delighted to sort of be asked to jump on board and help advise them, help sort of maneuver through the boxing world. And what I love about Izzy is that he's very real. Former fighter, former athlete. He's absolutely certain with what he wants to do. He wants to become a great promoter, but he respects Frank and Eddie and Ben and Calla and everyone. He knows where he is, and he wants to do things right. But he wants to do it at speed, and I like that. It's not just Sheffield. It went to the Midlands, now it's going to London. We're going to bounce around the country, maybe go over the Irish Sea at some point, and I think that's important. young prospects are coming on board. You know, the likes of Kieran Molloy and Tin and Bradley and Shaq Thompson last time out, fantastic. Attracting people like Hughie Fury to fight on the shows as well. I think people are talking about GBM, and we're on TalkSport YouTube, but I think they've made big strides, as you say, in a very, very short space of time. So, look, we're a long way away from being alongside the sort of Matchroms, the Queensberrys, and we know that. But we're ready to take up the challenge and go for it. And I think fighters are getting excited. I think fans are getting excited. And as I said to Izzy, every show's got to be better than the last one, and we've got to learn from our mistakes and go again. But delivering great fights and looking after fighters, that's really important to us.
I do want to ask you, with all your experience with Sky, how quickly do you think you're going to be able to get a broadcast on site that's going to be able to show this live on television?
That's a good question. I mean, at the moment, TalkSport YouTube are a great platform to have. We're getting fantastic eyeballs, a lot of people watching, and people asking that question everywhere I go. When's GBM going to be on a mainstream channel, like broadcast channel, a Sky, a DAZN, or something? I don't know the answer to that. That's something that maybe will take some time. TalkSport YouTube, as I said, a brilliant platform. Loving being with them at the moment. But I think it's all about what we can do. Right? We just keep doing and delivering fantastic shows. I think people will come knocking and people will want us. I think it's that. It's not us just going sort of begging for a contract. Boxer have got a fantastic contract at Sky. Ben's putting on some great shows. I'm going down to support Lauren Price this weekend in Cardiff. We know that TNT and Frank and George. We know about DAZN and Matchroom. So, everybody's got their different promoters at the moment, and GBM, we're with TalkSport YouTube. But these things change. They change quite quickly, and all we do is concentrate on what we're doing and make sure that every show we can deliver is great. Everyone's loving it, and then hopefully people will become more and more interested, and we'll get more leverage and maybe a different platform.
Final one before I do let you go, and we're going to make this very quick. Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk next weekend in Riyadh. I'm sure I'll see you there, but just a little glimpse. Give me your thoughts on that fight a week and 2 days before that fight.
I can't wait. I really am excited about it. Tyson Fury, I saw 2 or 3 weeks ago. He was in terrific shape mentally and physically. I expect him to win if he's right on song. If he's at the best Tyson Fury can be. I think the size, maybe even the experience as a fully fledged big heavyweight has got to take its toll. However, Oleksandr Usyk is exquisite and brilliant, and if he gets into his southpaw rhythm early and causes Fury problems in those first 3-4 rounds, then no doubt he can win the fight. So Fury, for me, if he's at the very peak of his powers, should get through. But I think Oleksandr Usyk is one of the best fighters I've ever seen live, amateur or pro. A southpaw with beautiful skills, and it will depend who's at the crispy point of their career, and maybe who just quite doesn't have it. On the last performance with Fury and Ngannou, you sort of fancy Usyk, but then you look at Usyk and Dubois and you wonder about those body shots. I think it's just a great fight. I think we should celebrate the fact it's the first undisputed fight since, well, I was there back in the Garden with Lewis and Holyfield, and then the rematch in Vegas, and this is for not just 3 belts, but 4 belts, but 5 belts, but 6 belts. It seems to be for every belt. There's so much treasure out there. The Saudis have put this on. It's absolutely fantastic. Hats off to Turkey, to Dr. Rakan, to George, to Frank, to everybody that's made this happen. And it's brilliant to have Fury and Usyk sharing a ring. Both undefeated, the best. AJ waiting in the wings. It's wonderful, isn't it? Let's just all enjoy it. So I don't know. My mind's changing, and it's changed a lot, as I'm sure it has yours. You can see lots of different ways of this fight unfolding. I think we should just all enjoy it. These fights come along once in a generation. So let's just sit back and let the fighters do the best, and let's hope they are at their very best, and may the best man win.
Adam, I know you've got to go, so we will try to keep it as short as possible. Hopefully see you out in Riyadh, if that is the case, and we'll go into more in-depth talk about the fight. Brilliant. Thank you very much for giving me your time, as always. Adam Smith, always a pleasure, sir. Thank you very much.
Great to see you. Thank you.